Hey everyone, and welcome back. So today we're going to be reviewing MOTH LUNAR Edition on the Nintendo Switch. So now let's start with the basics. MOTH is a top-down bullet hell shoot 'em up. It was released on November 16th of 2021, and it sells for $7.99 on the Nintendo Switch eShop. It was developed by 1cc Games and published by Chorus Worldwide Games, and it has a download size of 82 megabytes. So the question for today: is this insect-based shmup worth a trip to the stars? Let's find out. And just as we jump in, don't forget that if you do like the content, consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel if you aren't already. True to a lot of classic arcade shoot-em-ups, there's absolutely no storyline here. This game is all about the intense bullet hell gameplay. It is the remake of 1cc Games' 2016 MOTH DX, which many would say is heavily inspired by the extremely famous cave bullet hells. The visuals have been remastered and new enemies added. The central theme here is souped up neon space insects. So now let's jump straight into the gameplay. This game is all about learning bullet patterns and synergizing your different abilities. Also, this is a one-hit will kill you game. However, the only part of your moth that is considered a hitbox is the glowing yellow skull on its back. Something nice to see here is a rapid tutorial to introduce you to the mechanics of your primary abilities, something lacking from some other shmups. This game challenges you to take on 5 levels of increasing difficulty, and you only have a set number of lives and continues to do so. Lose them all and you start back from the beginning. So I would say this is a fairly challenging shmup and will take some work and repetition to complete, although I would not go so far as to call it a die-hard. Another nice addition is a practice mode, where you can take on any particular boss or part of a level that you are maybe having more difficulty with, without having to play through the whole game. Finally, for gameplay modes, there is a challenge mode for those who master the basic game. The game also offers you the choice between 2 different moths to take on the game, each with their own characteristics and firing patterns. Lastly, you can also rotate the screen for authentic vertical experience in handheld mode, or if you have a monitor, you can stand up. So now on to the controls. Firstly, the controls show no sign of input delay, at least none I could detect. Although to be fair, I never played the original PC release, so I cannot offer a direct comparison. Movement can be done with the D-pad or the left joystick. The rest of the controls are as follows. A fires your rapid shot, which has a wider spread but lower damage. However, it also has the added benefit of increasing your shield radius. Y fires your laser, which is more focused and higher damage, but does not increase your shield radius. When you do have a shield available, hitting X activates it, nullifying all bullets that touch it, turning them into bonus skulls till it shrinks away. Then there's B that launches a bomb, eliminating every bullet and enemy on screen, save for bosses who instead take a chunk of damage. Lastly, there's also a secondary effect on larger enemies to your rapid fire, where it will turn them neon after multiple hits and increase their aggressivity. But killing them with the laser while in this state will give you bonus points. Now this is the default mapping, but you can remap the action buttons as you wish. And switching both the rapid fire and laser to the ZR and ZL triggers respectively might be a more comfortable option for some, at least it was for me. Ultimately, setting up a synergy between growing your shield or eliminating certain enemies quicker with the laser will take a lot of practice and repetition. Once you master a part of a level, it becomes almost like a synergistic dance, which is very satisfying. Now, graphics and sound are definitely a step up from the gameplay I saw of the original release. Designs are now much more clean and vibrant, with backgrounds that really pop. Now, I would not say that these are the best visuals I've seen, but the colors and designs are definitely a feast for the eyes. If you enjoy the visual intensity of the Japanese-style arcade bullet hells, you'll feel right at home with MOTH. Something I also clearly enjoyed is that even with all the crazy color palettes, it is easy to separate the background from the bullets and enemies, not causing deaths from indistinct visuals. Frame rates were very steady with no apparent dips. Finally, the sound here was good and fitting for keeping you engaged in the action, but definitely not the strongest point of the game, and it is outdone by many other shmups out there. Now for the verdict, and if you're unfamiliar with my grading scale, you can take a quick look in the description of the video down below. I will be giving MOTH Lunar Edition on the Nintendo Switch an 8, putting it on the low end of a great game. Now just to be clear, a big part of the reason the score is so high is actually because of the incredibly low sales price compared to what's on offer. Now this is an extremely solid shmup, but there are some better ones out there. The only thing is that most of those better ones have a much higher price tag. And to me, this particular game could be an excellent entry point for someone who's new to the genre and doesn't want to make a huge investment for their first try at it, just in case they don't get into it. Ultimately, at only an $8 regular sales price, MOTH is definitely among the better offerings. So now, what do you think? Are you going to be picking up MOTH anytime soon, or are you maybe going to wait for a future sale? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget on the way out that if you did like the content, to please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel if you aren't already, and hitting the notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.